Egypt is in turmoil. Today's inflation is running at 25%. 40% of the country lives in poverty, and the government's budget deficit is running in the billions. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the former general who seized power in Egypt, that in its aftermath resulted in the massacre of more than 1,000 supporters of his predecessor, is now in trouble himself. Whilst many longed for the stability after the turmoil of the Arab Spring, it is now official. Sisi has run Egypt into the ground. Sisi's rule has focused on silencing his critics rather than developing the economy. By 2016, more than 60,000 people were imprisoned for their political views, or being Brotherhood members or supporters. Sisi didn't stop there. The shutting of Egyptian mouths extended further into an attack on NGOs and the media at large.
An Egyptian court has convicted 3 journalists from Al Jazeera English and sentenced them to 7 years in prison each. Peter Grest, Mohammed Fahemi, and Bahar Mohammed were convicted of terrorism-related charges.
Since coming to power, al-Sisi has relied on billions of dollars of assistance from Gulf Arab countries such as Saudi Arabia. However, relations with the monarchy have become strained recently over several regional crises and his incompetency in office. Sisi, knowing fully well that his nation was quickly sinking to unseen economic lows, but still managed to become the second largest international buyer of weapons, after Qatar in 2015 spending nearly $12 billion. Sisi turned to the IMF, who promised a loan of $12 billion with one key condition: Sisi would need to float the international currency. Inflation has skyrocketed to 25% since November 2016, devaluing the national currency by half.
Good morning. Egyptians in their thousands have gathered here to celebrate what some are calling their fourth pyramid. The Suez Canal expansion is just as much about boosting the economy as it is a matter of national pride.
Sisi's economic strategy focused on grandiose mega-projects, like the expansion of the Suez Canal, which cost more than $8 billion and in the opinion of most economists is unlikely to provide much benefit in the near future. Sisi has shown once again that, like his predecessors, all military men, that the economy is a collection of projects that the military runs. The underlying problem with the Egyptian economy is the fact that the military controls somewhere above 40% of the economy. Since the creation of Egypt, successive presidents have allowed the army to extend their control of the country's infrastructure, industry and banks. This is what is causing the potential collapse of Egypt.
They produce almost everything you could ever imagine, starting from pasta to olive oil to water, mineral water, to pots and pans, to kitchen stoves, to ovens, to cement, to steel and iron, to chemicals, to pyrosol, pesticides, to everything.
Professor Zineb Abul-Magd was given unprecedented access to some of these factories. The army also owns numerous farms and parcels of land across the country.
A high-ranking person within Al-Mukhabarat Al-Amar, General Intelligence Directorate, the country's top secret service, told Middle Eastern Eye that reports sent to the presidency in October 2016 highlighted a sharp decrease in both the popularity of the leadership and public support for the state. Things are so bad that former supporters of Sisi are now voicing their disapproval of him. The Arab Spring only removed the aging dictator, not the underlying system that kept him there. It remains to be seen if this time will be different.
The revolution looks like everyone is back in the same role again. The revolutionaries are back on the street, chanting the same slogans, asking for the fall of the regime.